Neck to neck on the pole's my ass.
Today, welcoming the next senator from Massachusetts. I would love to quickly thank Karen Frecker and the Harvest Campaign for hosting. And without further ado, let me introduce our favorite state senator, Jamie Eldridge.
Hello, Hudson. How everyone doing?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming out. This is an incredible turnout, rallying in the last few days before Tuesday, November 6th. I want to thank everyone for their incredible hard work. I'm a supporter of Elizabeth Warren. I've been helping her out now for almost a year for I think the same reasons that you are. She is deeply connected to helping middle-class families across Massachusetts. She has ideas about how to transform this whole state and the economy, and she is deeply, deeply connected to the worries and concerns of all of us across the Commonwealth. I am so proud and so glad to stand here with Elizabeth Warren. That, as you know, it comes down to just the next few days. And I know, looking out, people have been working for months, up to a year, going door to door, asking people to commit themselves to Elizabeth, and now it just comes down to these next few days. And I want to let you know that I am going to stand with Elizabeth, but I need you to stand with her when it gets cold this weekend and you're going door knocking. If it gets very cold on Monday night and you want to go home and watch TV, keep on knocking on those doors. And when you work a 14-hour day on Tuesday, November 6th, to elect our next U.S. Senator, you keep working to get the vote out. I want to introduce someone I've worked very closely with for the past few years, who's been an incredible leader on women's issues, on fighting for the priorities of this district, your Congresswoman, Nikki Songus.
We're going to win.
Yeah!
And as Jamie said, there are a few days left, but think of it this way. This is the last Friday, and tomorrow we're going to have the last Saturday, and the last Sunday, and the last Monday, and then a great Tuesday. So it is my honor to be here with Jamie Eldridge, with Kate Hogan, but most importantly, to do everything we can to elect Elizabeth Warren to the United States Senate.
Yeah! Oh, yeah.
I endorsed her. I think I was the first member of the Massachusetts Congressional Council.
Yep.
Because she is a tremendous fighter. Her entire life shows her deep commitment to fighting for middle-income Americans and doing the right thing by this country. And this is the kind of leader we need in Washington as we head into yet a still very challenging economy, many, many issues that we have to confront. And what I know is that from day one, Elizabeth Warren will be a leader in behalf of all of you and all of us.
Yes,
Yep.
have never elected a woman to the United States Senate. Let us make history and elect Elizabeth Warren.
I want to start by saying thank you very much to Kay Hudson for pulling everybody together. And I want to thank Jamie Eldridge, who's been out there for a year, organizing, doing the hard work, really getting us to where we are today. Thank you. And I want to thank Nikki Songus. Nikki has been wonderful forever. The work she has done in Washington, the guidance she has given me, and the fact that she was the first to jump out and say, kiddo, I'll endorse you. And I just want you to know that. You know, let's remember, this is about a Senate race. This is about our future, and it's also about making sure that we all get elected. All right? Our good president in Washington.
No comment.
Okay, so let's face it. I love being in Hudson. This is about as much fun as you could have. I'm sorry. This is fun, you bet. So let me tell you what I think this race is about. I think this race is about our values. I think fundamentally this is about what kind of people we are and what kind of a country we are going to build. You know, I grew up, I'm a baby sister. I have 3 older brothers, and like many of you, I learned from my family. All 3 of my brothers served in the military. My oldest brother, 288 combat missions in Vietnam. He's still in the military. And I learned something that I know Nikki Songus fights for every day, and that is we honor our commitments to our military families and to our vets. My second brother, my brother John, after he got out of the military, he worked construction all his life, raised a family, 3 kids, supported him on construction job, and for many of those years he had a good union job, and that's why he has a pension today. I learned from my brother John, we help support our unions because they help build America's future. And my third brother, my brother David, he struck out and started a little business on his own. Didn't work out, started another one. My brother David is retired now, and all he's got is his family, his Social Security, and his Medicare. We honor our promises to our seniors. I'm going to Washington to fight for Social Security. I learned in my family growing up. My dad was a janitor, my mom worked the phones at Sears. I'm a public school kid and very grateful for the opportunities that public schools created for me. I went to a commuter college, $50 a semester, because I grew up when America was still investing in educating our kids. Yes. I believe in education. It creates opportunities for all. Stands with me today, and that is, I can't believe I have to say this in 2012, but maybe I'm just reminded, you grow up in a house full of boys. I believe in equality for women. love seeing friends of women stand up for women. This race truly is about our vision for how to build a future. And the Republicans have made their vision clear. You cut taxes for those at the top and let everybody else pick up the pieces. Their vision of America is to say, I got mine, the rest of you are on your own. We are a better people than that. We are better than that. We are. Everybody pays a fair share, even millionaires, even billionaires, and even big oil companies. They all pay.
Yeah, that's right.
We believe in a level playing field, where little businesses have a chance to compete in a world of big businesses, and where working families have a real chance to get ahead. We believe in that.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. When everybody pays a fair share, when you've got a level playing field, we can make those investments to build our future. The investments in education, in roads, in bridges, in power, in communications, in all the things it takes for us to build a future for ourselves, for our children, and for our grandchildren. That's what we believe in. We're going to build that future. Too much of the time,
80%.
he has stood with the millionaires against working families. He's stood with the billionaires against working families. He's stood with big oil companies against working families.
Koch brothers.
Me, I don't want to go to Washington to work for the millionaires and the billionaires and big oil. I want to go to Washington to fight for working families. That's what it is.
Oh, yeah.
Left. 4 days left to determine the direction we're going to take as a country. And so I want you to know, I'll be out there every minute working my heart out. But I also want you to know, I'm a first-time politician, first time to run for office. For me, I got into this race because there was one thing I knew down at the heart. This isn't about me. This is about us, and we're in this one together.
Yes, we are.
Yep. Woo! Let's go, girl!
Four days. We got to get out there, and we got to make it happen. Who's got the clipboard? I see clipboards. There we go. If you can, volunteer to spend a couple of hours. I know many of you in this room have held signs, have made phone calls. Now we're down to getting people to the polls, to making sure that you've got a plan to vote, that everybody in your family's got a plan to vote, that your neighbors have got a plan to vote, and making those phone calls to make sure that everyone who wants to get to the polls has got a chance to do that. Because this is what we're going to do together. We're going to build a future for ourselves, for our children, and our grandchildren, the kind of future that makes us proud, and we're going to do it together.
Yeah! Oh, I need a cigarette after that.